name is Angela. I'm 20 years old. I'm half Nigerian and half Russian, but I was born and raised in Switzerland. I did the majority of my education at the Dance Academy in Zurich and at the Zurich Ballet and Contemporary Academy, and I joined UDP for the second season. I joined UDP specifically because I already knew one of the teachers here. His name is Angus Hole, and he invited me to audition for the program. And then I also did my own research about who is working here and like how the program is, and I was very interested. And so I auditioned for the second season, and they took me. I think in general, I really liked the team because the team was very, very qualified. The people knew what they were doing. Everyone had a lot of experience. It was very enjoyable to work with everyone. Also, the rest of the dancers, everyone had the same goal. It was very visible. Everyone wanted to be a professional. So it was very nice to be in that environment where everyone was striving for the same career. Even though we all had like kind of the same goal, people were still adapting to specific people and trying to help us with our specific issues. So that was very good, and that helped a lot. It was a very nice balance of like the professional thing of really striving you to get there, but also helping with the mental side, which I feel like in a lot of places is not the case. They're just expecting to deliver, which is obviously what you have to do. But then also for me, for example, my number one problem is like the mental side of everything, how to manage everything and how to not stress myself, for example, in the performances. And so this helped a lot because you could actually like approach the teachers as genuine people who would then also help you with the mental side of everything. And I feel like through the program, especially because of this, it helped me a lot because I came from a very like schoolish environment, like everyone goes to the State Academy, and it was very difficult for me to turn this off and actually because being a good student and being a good dancer is something completely else. And so I'm still working on it, but it helped a lot to work with actual people who have so much experience to actually become a good dancer instead of a good student. Also, because we had a lot of opportunities to perform, it helped me a lot because in the beginning, especially like when you're academy, you don't perform that much. And so I was very, very anxious before to perform ever. And now I feel like it's better. It's a lot better because we had this opportunity to perform so much in so many pieces. I think maybe on the physical side, I was really trying to be as correct as possible before, like just do everything as much, like as clean as possible. And obviously that is still like my number one goal. But I feel like, as I mentioned before, with like the being a good dancer, it's not specifically always about like being extremely clean because then everything turns very stiff. And I feel like that started to help me because before, when I was doing a lot of choreographies, even if they were like neoclassical or more contemporary, they still looked very schoolish. They still looked very correct. I was not actually dancing. I was just doing the correct steps. And now I feel like I'm very much starting to learn, and through this whole program I've started to learn how to actually dance while also doing things correctly. My parents, they don't make that much money, so they couldn't support me that much. And so because of that, I think very early in the beginning of the program I already had to start finding a job outside of dancing. And I feel like because we are at a program where people like the choreographers and the dancers are well known, and because in the CV, like there's also places that are more well known, so it was easier to find a job. And I used that to get a job as a ballet teacher. So now I was just teaching like the children and teenagers and adults in ballet from like hobby to like more a professional level. And I feel like, I mean, generally it helped a lot because the program usually ends until at maybe like 3 p.m. And that helped a lot, because then maybe if the way is like 1 hour, half an hour, then you could teach from like 4 p.m. on until maybe 8 on some days. And that really helped to pay for everything else. After UDP, I got a contract from the Swiss Offspring Ballet. So next season, I'm going to join them for the next year. And my goal after that would be to go like into an actual theater, because like especially when I was younger, I had like a specific goal of where I want to go. But now I started to realize that it doesn't make that much sense to attach myself to a specific place, because I have absolutely no control over where, if they're gonna take me, if I'm the type of person they actually want and everything. And so now I just want to be at a place where I can use kind of my own creativity, but that will also really challenge me. I really want to be challenged and pushed further as much as possible. Of course, in a healthy way, so I don't go to my complete limit. That's why I'm just gonna do as many auditions as possible. My goal is to become a professional dancer. Generally, after I'm kind of done with my dance career, I would rather go into the academic field. So I personally, I could see myself like maybe teaching at some places sometimes, but I would rather become a physicist. Yes, a scientist. I'm trying.